When Ava signed up for the digital detox retreat, she didn't think it would be that hard. A weekend without phones, laptops, or Wi-Fi. Easy, or so she thought. But the moment she handed her smartphone to the receptionist, she felt strangely exposed, like she had left a piece of herself behind. The retreat was located deep in the mountains, surrounded by pine forests and misty air. There were no screens, no clocks, no notifications, only the sound of wind and birds. The program encouraged participants to reconnect with the real world. For Ava, who worked as a social media strategist, that idea sounded poetic, until she realized how quiet everything really was. The first evening, the group sat around a campfire. Without the blue glow of devices, faces looked softer, more human. Yet Ava's hands kept reaching for a phone that wasn't there. She laughed nervously. "I didn't realize my thumb twitches when I can't scroll," she said, half joking. Their instructor, an older man named Rowan, smiled. "That's your mind searching for stimulation," he explained. "It's forgotten how to rest." That night, Ava lay awake in a wooden cabin, hearing rain tap against the roof. Normally, she would have drowned the silence with music or podcasts. Now she had no escape, only her thoughts. Somewhere between discomfort and calm, she began to understand why the retreat existed. The noise wasn't around her, it was inside her. The next morning began with mindful walking. The participants moved slowly through the forest, feeling every step, breathing in the scent of wet soil. First, Ava rolled her eyes. "This is so slow," she whispered to another participant. But as minutes passed, her impatience faded. For the first time in years, she noticed the tiny things. A spider's web shining in sunlight, the heartbeat-like rhythm of her footsteps, the cold breeze brushing her cheeks. Later that day, Rowan asked everyone to write a letter, not on a screen but by hand. "Write to someone you love or to yourself," he said. Ava hesitated. She hadn't written anything with a pen in months. Her handwriting looked awkward, but as she wrote, memories surfaced. Conversations she never finished, people she missed, moments she had scrolled past too quickly. That afternoon, the group cooked together using vegetables from the retreat's garden. They talked, laughed, and shared stories without filters or captions. When someone told a joke, everyone laughed. Not with emojis, but with real voices. At sunset, they meditated near the river. The golden light danced on the water, and Ava felt a strange mix of peace and sadness. She realized she had spent years recording beauty instead of living it. Maybe the problem isn't technology, she thought, but how afraid we are of silence. For the first time, she didn't miss her phone. On the final day, Rowan gathered everyone in a circle. "You came here to disconnect," he said softly. "But real healing happens when you learn how to reconnect wisely." He asked them to reflect on what they would change when they returned home. Ava thought about her digital habits, the endless scrolling, the pressure to reply instantly, the constant comparison. She didn't want to throw her phone away, She wanted to use it consciously. When the retreat ended, participants received back their devices. Ava held her phone as if seeing it for the first time. The screen lit up, dozens of messages, missed calls, updates. Yet instead of diving in, she pressed the power button and slipped it into her bag. On the bus ride home, she looked out the window, watching the trees blur into the city skyline. Her mind felt lighter. She decided to start small, turning off notifications, eating without her phone nearby, spending Sundays offline. The world could wait. Weeks later, her friends noticed a change. "You seem calmer," one said. Ava smiled. "I just listen more," she replied. She still worked in digital media, but now she brought balance into her life, promoting mindful tech practices to others. She often told clients, "The best engagement starts when you engage with yourself first." And sometimes on quiet evenings, she would light a candle, breathe deeply, and remember that mountain air, where silence wasn't empty at all, but full of meaning.